Hey guys, in this tutorial we are going to discuss what is absolute value or how to get the absolute value of a number. Well, this is my first tutorial and right now you can see I have only a copy and my pen, and I'm using my cell phone for this video, so you might find it a bit uncomfortable, but okay, let's see what we can do with this. So we have we are going to see how do we find an absolute value of a number. So for that, first we should have an understanding about the number line. So you know what is a number line? A number line is a line where we can put the numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3. On the right side we have there is a 0 in the middle, and on the right side we have positive numbers, and on the left side we have our negative numbers. So, and like half, it will be somewhere here, 1.5 it will be here, and this will go till positive infinity, and this will go towards negative infinity. Okay, so this is the number line. We will use this number line to understand the concept of absolute value. So what is an absolute value of a number? An absolute value of a number is actually the distance of that number from 0 on number line. So you know, distance is always positive thing. Like if I'll ask what is the distance of 2 from 0, we will say it is 2. We'll ask what is the distance of -1 from 0, we will say it is 1. The distance is positive. -1 is at distance 1 from 0. What is the distance of 0 from 0? We will say it is 0. So in a way we have found the absolute value of three numbers. Absolute value of 2, this is 2. Absolute value of -1, this is 1. And absolute value of 0, this is 0. This way, I mean, two parallel lines, this is the way we denote the absolute value. If you have to get the absolute value of any number, we will just write that number between these two parallel lines, and which will denote that actually we are referring to the absolute value of a number. Okay. Now we know what is an absolute value, so we will go a little further than that. So it is clear that absolute value is going to be a positive number. So if somebody will ask you what is the absolute value of x minus 2, we will say absolute value of x minus 2 is this. If somebody will ask what is this number, we'll say okay, this will depend on x. Depending on what is x, the value, absolute value of x minus 2 will change. But this expression, this will say this is the absolute value of x minus 2. Well, you need to be here a little bit cautious, because we cannot write this like y plus minus 2 or anything. Inside the absolute sign, the expression remains always together. We cannot divide it. Okay, so we have to first get the value of that expression, and then once we have the value of expression, then we can say okay, what is the distance of that value from 0? So what is the distance of x minus 2 from 0 is this. We don't know what is this. Okay, suppose I tell you x is equal to 3. Now tell me what is the absolute value of x minus 2. You'll say okay, now we have this, so we will write it. So you are asking me the absolute value of x minus 2, x is 3. So now I have this 3 minus 2. I mean, you are asking me the absolute value of 1. What is the distance of 1 from 0? You'll say okay, it is 1. Okay, now if x is 1, then absolute value of x minus 2 is 1 minus 2. Okay, you are asking me the absolute value of minus 1. So what is the distance of -1 from 0? This is 1. Okay, so we have, how do we get the absolute value of a number? Okay, now we are going to do this problem the other way. Okay, if somebody will say, okay, you have this number, this is absolute value of x minus 2. If this is equal to 2, this are going to make a bit, yeah, if the absolute value of, okay, let's start from a little simple. Okay, you have a number which absolute value is 2. So what could be that number? Well, absolute value of this number is 2. So this could be two numbers, because on a number line always two numbers are at the same distance. One is in the positive direction, one is in the negative direction. So if you say there's this number whose absolute value is 2, it means this number could be one of the two numbers. That means it could be either 2 or it could be -2. Okay, because these two numbers, they are both at a distance of 2 from 0. Okay, so we have solved this problem. Absolute value of x is equal to 2. So what is x? Actually, this was the problem that we were solving in a way. So now we are going to make this problem a little bit more difficult. So what is, if we have this number and somebody says the absolute value of this expression is 4, then what is the value of x? Okay, you have to solve this problem. So we will say, okay, first of all, we'll take everything as a number. X minus 2 is just a single number. We take it like that. Now that number is at a distance of 4 from 0. So what could be that number? So there are only two numbers which are at a distance of 4. One is 4 in the positive direction, one is -4, which they both are at a distance of 4 from 0. So x minus 2 could be either 4 or x minus 2 could be -4. So if x minus 2 is 4, then x is 6. And if x minus 2 is -4, then x is -2. So we can say there are two possible values of x which will make the absolute value of x minus 2 equal to 4. Okay, so I think now we have got the concept of absolute value. We can also make this problem a little bit more complex. We will see those kind of problems someday in future, but for the time being, I think I made the concept of absolute value a little bit clear. Okay, thanks guys, and give me your suggestions and comments. I'll be looking for that. Okay, tada, bye bye, good luck with your GMAT examination.